Okay.
See, could you set a bad word on TV?
Mm-hmm. Got a notification.
I'm gonna go pee in the meantime.
Remember, that's called a mic. Guys, we had some technical difficulties. We're really not sure what was happening, but now we've got the stream back up. Sorry for the trouble. We're going to give everybody a little time to get back in here. Bizarre issue, but we pushed through. Thank you, Jesus. We're sorry for you guys who are having streaming issues, but it looks like everything was up and running. And hey, Webhead, we haven't seen you into the chat yet. Nice to see you join. Yeah, guys, strange stuff, but let's give everybody time to get back in here. If you missed it, the first duel was Battle City Kaiba versus Battle City Merrick. Very fun, climactic duel. Not going to spoil that for you, but you can watch back the live stream, and we're often trying to clip out some of the duels and put them up as their own duel on the channel so people can easily find it to rewatch. We were trying to do Jim Cook versus the Possessed by Yubel Dark Jesse deck before, the stream stopped. The man tried to shut us down, but we fought the power, man. And we persevered to come back. I'm just being a little silly, guys. But, gonna wait for, hopefully, everybody that had the interruption of the service to join back in. And give us we had a lot of likes in the last stream. If you want to give us a like, apparently that helps YouTube likes to then push out and show some love to streams that are getting some views and some likes. Thank you. Now it looks like we're getting some more people in here. Yeah, little interruption of service, but as always, the show must go on. So for anybody just coming in, we are just in the third game of this duel. I started off third turn of this duel. I started off with a set and a set. Blue activated Advanced Dark, summoned Topaz Tiger. Topaz Tiger met the Sakuretsu armor. And I summoned Weathering Soldier and pushed for 3,200 damage. And that's all you missed. So,
my turn?
Yeah, it's going to be Blue's turn. Hopefully people will continue to jump back into here. We do want to keep things moving for all those that are tuning in. Man, Advanced Dark negating damage is so, or like nullifying damage is so powerful when you have crystals up. All right, back up to 9 viewers. That's great. Love to see it.
Summon.
Mm-hmm.
Promise.
Ooh, and remember this is at 1,200.
What?
This is at 1,200, or it's 1,400 because it loses 600 during the end phase. Oh, now it loses even more. This is at 2,000, attacking 1,200, attacking 1,000 because it's at 1,400, then 1,000.
I mean, it doesn't. It'll be the same damage either way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure either way I do the calculations, I do calculate the number. All right, so this lets me add a Fossil Fusion from my deck to my hand.
See, that's always a hard question because it's like
821, I take 13.
if it's an anime card, I mean, there's obviously a lot to choose from. You know, there's still cards from Battle City that we haven't gotten. Cards from every season we haven't gotten. But then you say deck, and deck's really different. You know, I'm inclined to say something from Waking the Dragons. Again, we have hardly any darts cards, Valen cards, Alistair's cards. So those are decks. Also, the Ninja guy from Battle City. For really, mostly because if we build his deck, we're 100% done with Battle City. There's no one that we're missing that, at least was seen on camera. There were plenty of throwaway characters with off-camera duels. But, yeah, I mean, yeah. Darts is just like, I don't know. He was the main villain of the whole story arc, but he's, gotten snuffed on the cards. And again, I don't know, maybe it has to do with the, that misalignment that Waking the Dragons is, I guess, a filler arc compared to the manga. But, like, I don't know, there was a lot in there. It was a very flushed out filler arc.
So this can negate an attack. It's pretty good.
Correct.
Oh, but I get multiple attacks with a lot of my monsters. Ah ha ha. Oh, wait. Oh, it just negates the effects of an attack target that Rainbow Dark Dragon attacks. Yeah, if that did all crystal beats, that'd be crazy, and I would not have gone Weathering Soldier. Ooh, that was about to be scary for me.
Favorite duel in GX? I don't know. I gotta come clean and say I don't remember a lot from GX.
Zane versus Jane at the end of season 1, maybe? That one was really cool.
Maybe it was. I don't remember GX very well. I mean, I like to play GX. I like the archetypes. Heroes are cool. Cyber Dragons are cool. Destiny Heroes are awesome. But, I mean, remembering the anime is different.
Okay, I realized one thing that does hurt Jim's deck a little bit in this matchup versus Jesse is that I don't have monsters in your grave to banish for the really cool effects that I want to do.
Oh, it sucks to be you.
So I will do Fossil Fusion.
Here we go.
Banishing Weathering Soldier and Fossil Dynapattached Cephalo, which is a rock monster in my graveyard plus a level 4 lower monster. That one doesn't have to be in your graveyard. To make Fossil Machine Skull Buggy. Yay! Who doesn't love to see this come out?
It's a dinosaur car? I'm really confused what that's supposed to be.
It's a rock dinosaur machine vehicle, of course. What's confusing about that?
I think Cook's deck is very confusing. It's not sure what it's trying to do.
Yugioh vs. Jane was awesome. Then I'm going to activate Miracle Rupture. Send a level 4 lower rock monster from deck to the graveyard. Then if Fossil Fusion's in your graveyard, draw a card.
Yes, that's all very nice. We're very happy for you. You have a dinosaur card.
I will send Giant Soldier of Stone
My deck has real monsters in it.
Hey, these are about to show you how real they are, and then I draw a card. Then, boy, Jim's deck is really coming out in force. Let's summon Flint Kragger. I can send this. Yeah, I can send this from the field to the graveyard. Inflict 500 damage to my opponent. Just laying it on thick. And then, if Fossil Fusion is in my graveyard, I can return to the graveyard one of my banished cards that is Fossil Fusion or mentions it. So I will return Weathering Soldier. Fine. Actually, this isn't even quote unquote finally it, but let's activate Time Stream. Target Fossil Fusion monster I control, tribute it, and if I do, special summon one Fossil Fusion monster from my extra deck whose origin level is 2 higher, and it's treated as a fusion summon. So I will send Machine Skull Buggy. Boy, this stuff is a little weak. Oh, yeah, I somehow thought I was going to be pull out something a little stronger.
Oopsies.
Well, it's level 4, so let's do Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. So it's a level 6. That is too high. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of text on these cards. You guys know that's how they make all cards nowadays. That Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days video game collection does look really cool. All right. So this is 2400 attack. Unfortunately, it only gets its second attack when it destroys a monster by battle. And it's also only at 2000.
It is only at 2000.
Which would be enough to crash into the tiger. Kitty. But I'm gonna go ahead and banish these two. The fun doesn't stop there. For Gaia Plate the Earth Giant. And this one does have enough attack to get over stuff that you have. And if it battles an opponent's monster, that monster's attack and defense become halved during damage calculation. Anyway. Alright. A lot happening here, guys. So let's have this is at 2400. Let's have this attack Topaz Tiger. Boy, guys, this is a pretty strong showing for Jim's deck from the start. Of course, it's not like you'll take any damage even if one of these attacks does go through.
Attacking Topaz Tiger?
Yep.
I'll take 400.
Well, it'll be halved.
Oh, that's right. So it's.
But if you use Advanced Dark, you're not taking anything anyway.
Oh, yeah. Maybe attack for damage.
Are you dumping to take no damage from deck? Send one of Crispy's monster from your deck to the graveyard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it seems pretty good to me, right? Jim's cards do work together really well. We did get a request to do more, more duels, another duel with Jim. So this is it. We do try to get to some of the requests. You guys, love to share ideas for games with us. And then, now that this has a full 2400, I will attack Amber Mammoth, which you were going to negate the attack of this one anyway, probably. Oh.
But I've also used the effect, because that once per turn effect I never remember.
Remember, this can make a second attack if it destroys that. So you'd be eating a bunch of damage direct.
Oh, alright, I can't afford that then.
Yeah, you're going to want to stop it, probably. Main phase 2. Let's set this. And pass. Crystals do have a lot of way with the new effects to keep their stuff on the field. A Bakura versus Bones rematch would be cool. We were in the last stream that happened earlier today. We were talking about some of our 2025 plans, and there's just so much to do. Some updated decks, new decks we come out, but we are really gonna try to get to as much as we can. We got a lot of requests, and Bones Bakura is definitely one that I'd love to do. I love Bakura. The Darkness cards would be cool.
I'll give Mammoth Crystal Release.
Ooh, so it's at 2,500?
Yep. And I'll attack over your fusion.
All right, I will take 100.
And I'll end.
I'll draw. During the standby phase, I have to banish something for Gaia Plate the Earth Giant.
You don't have to banish. You can just eat it. All right, I'll use Fossil Warrior Skull Knight's effect in the graveyard to banish it to target a monster you control and destroy it. Very powerful effect. I've talked before about the Crystal Beasts effects that they added or really juiced up, but we really did get a lot of effects added onto Jim's fusions. Basically one effect added per fusion, and then a lot of his cards like Fossil Fusion, Weathering Soldier, they've all gotten some fairly powerful effects added. We did errata some cards in Jim's deck, which we didn't do for Jesse's, which I think does kind of signify that we felt like we really were given a lot of amped up effects for Jim's deck, and we had to taper it a little bit. Crump versus Taya. When I talk about decks we've updated that we haven't gotten to do duels for yet, that is one. So that's one that we're trying to get to. We'll hopefully do pretty soon. You can attack for 28?
No. I think I'm going to see if I can go for the kill shot. I'm going to banish Fossil Machine Skull Buggy, add a monster from my deck to my hand that mentions Fossil Fusion. Honestly, this has been a very good series of draws and a very good start for Jim's deck. And then I'm going to summon up Weathering Soldier, which has 2,000 attack. 2,000. 2,800.
Yep.
That's honestly pretty crazy. The time stream off of that Fossil fusion to make what might be one of Jim's best fusions, plus the Gaia Plate. I mean, this was honestly a disgustingly powerful showing for Jim's deck.
Yeah, well, the duel with Jesse's deck that will be coming out as scheduled was a lot better performance than this little one-sided thing.
Yeah,
I needed one more turn,
for the Rainbow Dark Dragon.
and I would have gone off.
Yeah,
That is the one downside though, is the crystals, if they're not strong enough already, they do take a little time. But
yeah.
once they are built up,
And you didn't have the 2 or more cards you needed to like really get going.
no, that's why I was going to take the Ember Mammoth, but since you could attack directly again, that was a risky play.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I guess in hindsight, it would have been better for you maybe to take the Amber Mammoth and have it in a spell and trap zone, even though you'd be eating 2,400. I mean, again, that was a very fast start for Jim's deck. You know, Jim's deck is powerful, just like I would say, Jesse's advanced deck is powerful because they have, more new cards on average than many of the other decks.
Yeah, Jim is now 2-0 on the channel.
Yeah, it was a really close duel between Jim and Hasselberry.
So, but definitely stay tuned for the actual video with this deck. It went a lot better. I mean, the deck is pretty good
Powerful.
overall.
Really, the only way I feel like this deck, once it gets going, it's so powerful. Really, if you don't stop it early, like Jim was able to with the fast start, you're probably very, very hard to find a way to beat Jesse's deck.
The Advanced Crystal Beasts in the TCG, they're nice because they did give them some extra effects. But arguably, though, what Konami did with printing Jim Cook's cards, hard to say that they're even
It's
anime. But we kind of covered that already. Some of the
it's definitely something we balance on the channel with erratas, but based on what we want and feedback from you guys, not a lot of people wants to have like 200 erratas. I mean, what are we gonna do? Errata every Cyber Angel, errata all 8 of Jim's fusions, errata every single Advanced Crystal Beast.
I mean,
Like that's too much at that point.
I'm sure some of you guys definitely remember when we were doing the original run of the channel. We were a lot more errata heavy, and there were just so many more white stickers, and some of them just didn't. They felt a little bit petty. Some of them, I think, just made more confusion. So, we cut it back, but we do
try to errata where necessary. And we always think about updating the erratas. So like candidly, if it seems like Jim's deck is just too strong because he got too many erratas, we can always revisit in the future if a third card gets errata besides just Fossil Fusion, Fossil Dyna. So it's not like things are set in stone, right? Like we're always trying to think about what gives, particularly you guys, the best experience, right? And it's that seems like that people want erratas, but they don't want too many. It gets hard to keep track of, but they also don't want decks that are too weak or decks that steamroll, right? So we're always trying to find what is that mix that gives everyone the most fun.
Oh, all right, but I don't think we're gonna have time for a third duel.
Unfortunately, the technical issues and the interruption kind of just derail things. But it's fun to get a little extra time at the end here to talk to you guys. Now we got quite a few people participating in the chat, and we love to go live and get the chance to hang out with you guys.
So before we go, though, we do want to finish up with some conversation, some discussion. Talking about Jim's deck being kind of OP because Konami rewrote a lot of the cards with the anime effect and 3 more effects that mirror competitive modern meta play. Which we don't care for in our very casual character deck meta. But the exact place where we do want those effects is retrains.
Yes.
Delta and I have spent a lot of time, and we won't show any right now, but we can say that we have finished the decks for the retrain wave, which is still on track to debut in November. And, we really like how they came out. The decks definitely encompass cards that, what we could find of retrains. And I know before we kind of touched on what retrains meant to us, because, we want to clarify that we want retrains of their iconic monsters and cards, but we don't want to expand archetype support too much. And I say that because there's obviously a retrain of Dark Magician, and that's in Yugi's deck. But there is a ton of Dark Magician spellcaster support out there. And we didn't put a lot of it in Yugi's deck because it's not meant to be a Dark Magician deck. It's meant to be a Yugi deck. So it has retrains of Electromagnetic Turtle, Summon Skull, or, retrains or retrain adjacent in some of the cases where, we have cards that,
cards like these.
So yeah, here's a sample. Obviously, some of them. I mean, a lot of you guys can probably expect what cards are going to be in the retrain deck. Yeah, some of we may be using the term retrain loosely with some of the cards. Some more obvious than others are maybe retrains, but we like the way the decks are right now. It looks like it does blend a lot of the styles of each of the characters we've chosen, and including some of the support. But like I said, it's not
doing too much.
Because you guys can look, there's a ton of Red Eye support, a ton of Blue Eye support, and then Dark Magician support.
You could build a 40-card Dark Magician deck and not use any of Yugi's other retrains like Gadget Trio or Buster Blader.
Yeah. That's not to say that at some point we could look into that as a fun alternative, but so anyway, we just wanted to talk about that quickly. I know there's definitely been some hype coming for retrains because as much as we like our casual anime meta, these will be the way of playing the anime characters, but in a much more modern format. So definitely stay tuned for the retrains. We're really excited for it. We're expecting that, I don't know, it'll be good content because it's it's different enough, because I think we can only make so many Yugi decks that are just, which is why, even though it's come up before, we're holding off on doing the Yugi deck from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, as we've already done enough Yugi decks. And the one from GX would still be cool, still offer differences, but not like a retrain deck, which you're going to play fast and hard, or so we
assume. Yeah, so guys, retrains are going to be coming out in November next month. Look forward to that. Like we said, you got Jesse's deck coming out in a nice duel this upcoming week. And we're doing a lot of fun stuff in 2025. Like, that actually is going to start in 2024, like top 10 videos. So we really appreciate everybody tuning in for this stream. We know you guys are excited for what's to come. We love getting the chance to talk to you guys. We love doing some extra duels. And yeah. Why Joe Anime Games out one more time?